I create new heavens and a new earth, and the former shall not be remembered, nor categorized. But be glad and rejoice forever in that which I create, for behold, I create Jerusalem a rejoicing, and her people a joy. And I will rejoice in Jerusalem, and joy in my people. And the voice of weeping shall be no more heard in her, nor the voice of crying. There shall be no more thence an infant of days, nor an old man that hath not filled his days. The child shall die 100 years old. The sinner, being 100 years old, shall be accursed. And they shall build houses and inhabit them, and they shall plant vineyards and eat the fruit of them. They shall not build, and another inhabit. They shall not plant, and another eat. Whereas the days of a tree are the days of my people, and mine elect shall long enjoy the work of their hands. They shall not labor in vain, nor bring forth for trouble, for they are the seed of the blessed of the Lord, and their offspring with them. And it shall come to pass that before they call, I will answer, and while they are yet speaking, I will hear. The wood and the lamb shall feed together, and the lion shall eat straw like the bullock, and dust shall be the serpent's meat. They shall not hurt nor destroy in all my holy mountain, saith the Lord.
So we gonna get up in the morning singing. Hey, you gonna get up, you lay with one of your wives or concubines or whatever. So when we get up in the morning, we gonna have a smile on our face. That's what Psalm 149 is talking about. When we get up in the morning, we gonna be singing and dancing. We gonna go to sleep happy. We gonna get up happy. We gonna eat happy. Every time we eat some food, it's gonna be good. Hey, the scripture said we gonna praise His name in the dance, right? Praise ye Yahweh, sing unto Yahweh. So praising Yahweh, singing to Him, right? A new song.
Isaiah 61 and verse 10. I will greatly rejoice in the Lord Yahweh. My soul shall be joyful in my power. For He had clothed me with the garments of salvation. He had covered me with the robes of righteousness. As a bridegroom decketh himself, what? As a bridegroom decketh himself with ornaments, and as a bride adorneth herself with her jewels. Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shah. Call Halayim La Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shah, Bahashim Rakah Ha Kodash. And double honors to the elders of the apostles, men of great millstone. And to the rest of the brethren on down, is teaching and preaching the true doctrine of Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shah, Shalom Bayah Shah Dawadah. And to the Akim and Akbaf that's out to repenting, to you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, whose fathers go back to one of the 12 sons of the patriarch Jacob, Yasha Allah. Shalom to you, Mashmakah. This is Yahakarab coming at you with a quick one. And this is basically a response video on my Highways and Hedges lesson, just to grab a few more scriptures on what I wanted to bring out, right? But let's read this again, though, because this is what we go pertain. That's why I grabbed that clip on the beginning that I got from the brother out of the SF camp, San Francisco camp, the brother Menatazak Banyanyam. And I just wanted to grab that clip, but to grab that video, but, you know, this is what I wanted to go into. Pretend, because, hey, it's going to be beautiful in the kingdom. It's going to be beautiful in the kingdom. See? So we got to be praying to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai that He'll hasten and destroy this damn place. See? Destroy this damn place. See? Because ultimately, that's all you see going on right now with Ukraine and Russia and them damn small hatters over there in our land and in Iran. Those are just the rumors of wars. Nah, but we want the actual thing to kick off. But once again, we know that thing can't kick off until these devils come out with the MOTB. So we hasten these devils. Hurry up. Hurry up and come out with your MOTB, so the Most High can shoot those things at y'all asses. See, so y'all can take your ass in the war because we ready. We tired of this shit. We ready to get out of here. We ready to finally rejoice, like the elder said in that clip. We ready to rejoice. We go sing. We go dance. We go rejoice in all the abundance that Yahweh Shema shall go give us. See, and it's gonna be far. Our kingdom is gonna be way more greater than anything you ever seen in this earth. Period. And I'm talking about with past history. Our kingdom gonna be better than when Solomon was ruling. It's gonna be 2 times, 3 times, 10 times better than that. And when Solomon was ruling, our people was decked out. See? But when Yahweh shall come, man, hey, he go deck us out 10 times way, 1,000 times greater than that. But let me read this again and move on. Isaiah 61:10. I will greatly rejoice in the Lord Yahweh. My soul shall be joyful in my power, for he had clothed me with the garments of salvation. He had covered me with the robes of righteousness. As a bridegroom decketh himself with ornaments, and as a bride adorneth herself with her jewels. Go be decked out. Go be decked out, man. See? But let me grab these that I wanted to bring out. Jeremiah 33. And let's go down to verse 9. Right? And this is in the kingdom when the Most High take away our iniquities, when he give us that clean slate, when Yahweh shall return, we going to rejoice, man. We're going to rejoice. But a lot of our people on this side, they gonna perish because they don't want to perform the deeds, be established in the faith for first and foremost, and then they don't want to perform the deeds that go with that faith to do what? To be saved. See? So a lot of them are going to be destroyed on this side. See? And guess what? The elect, we're going to rejoice in Yahweh Shema Shah. You know? I mean, they scream it loud, man. Scream it loud. See? You think that these nations thought you heard us rejoicing when we was coming into our land, and these devils said we did. And these people, they coming into the land. They covering the land like the clouds cover the sky. Roughly paraphrasing. But hey, these people they coming up the land. Hey, it's gonna be far. It's gonna be great in the kingdom, man. When Big Bro come, man. But what it says, Jeremiah 33 and verse 8, and I will cleanse them from all their iniquity, whereby they have sinned against me, and I will pardon all their iniquities, whereby they have sinned, and whereby they have transgressed against me. Verse 9 is the point. And it shall be to me a name of joy, and a praise and an honor before all the nations of the earth. Not that the other nations is gonna be glorified. We Israelites gonna be glorified. See? What did he say? In all the places will be put to shame. Hey man, we go finally receive that exaltation when Yahweh shall come. See? He go share that glory with his people. But it says what? And it shall come and it shall be to me a name of joy, a praise and an honor before all the nations of the earth, which shall hear all the good that I do unto them, and they shall fear and tremble for all the goodness and for all the prosperity that I procure unto it. And when the word procure meaning basically what he's going to bestow, what he's going to give us. See? Matter of fact, let's just show it real quick. And once again, it's always in context. When you go into these words, you got it's one that's gonna be. It ain't every word that's used, but it's one that applies to the context that you will be able to apply it to and use it. And that word is to bestow. When you go and get it, right? It says Asha, right? And let's go down to the point. Let's go straight down to it. You see in the Strong's definition, Asha. But let's go down to the point, right? And you see it right here. And it says what? Where you at, baby? Where you at? Where you at? Where you at, bestow? There you go. Right there. You see? Bestow. And that's the meaning. That means what? To give you something. See? So in the kingdom, when we receive that great joy that Yahweh Shemel Shah will give us, what did he say? For all the prosperity that I procure unto it, and it is talking about us, and also our land. See? So it's what he gonna give us, man, and we go rejoice exceedingly rejoice. And this old wicked ass kingdom, man, you gonna forget about this shit. We literally gonna forget about this oppression. Now we're not gonna forget about it in the aspect of, oh, we don't remember what them devils did to us. No, it ain't talking about that way. We're gonna forget because why? All the rejoicing we gonna do. We ain't gonna think of it no more in a mourning type of way. We're going to remember it, but we're going to be rejoicing in what the Most High is going to give us, exceedingly give us, the abundance of everything. But we ain't going to be thinking about our oppression of the past according to us mourning in it. We're going to remember it, but we ain't going to remember it in the aspect of as if you're still suffering because of it. See? But let's go grab this, though. Ecclesiastes 7. In verse 8. And it says what? Matter of fact, I started 7. Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad, and a gift destroyeth the heart. Better is the end of a thing than the beginning thereof. And the patient in spirit is better than the proud in spirit. But what the point I wanted to say is what? Better is the end of a thing than the beginning thereof. See? So the end of our captivity here in Babylon the Great and everywhere else our people is at, is our salvation is going to be far glorious than when we was going into captivity. See? The end of it is going to be far greater than the beginning. You ain't going to remember it no more. You ain't going to remember it in a mournful type of way, because you're going to be we're going to be rejoicing. See? This ain't for everybody. This ain't for all the people of the earth. Israelites is going to rejoice by finally being delivered out of their captivity from Yahweh by Yahweh Shemel Shah. You see? Let's grab this one. Job 11. And you go down to the point, verse 16. Let's start at 15. Let me see. Verse 15. Job 11 and 15. For then shalt thou lift up thy face without spot. Yea, thou shalt be steadfast, and shalt not fear, because thou shalt forget thy misery, and remember it as waters that pass away. What it says? Because thou shalt forget thy misery, and remember it as the waters, as that slakia. But thou shalt forget thy misery and remember it as waters that pass away. See? And what it mean, you ain't going to remember it. When you look at some waters and you see the water going down the river and keep floating and shit, you looking at the water that remain in front of you. You ain't thinking about that water, that little water part that passed away, that went on down the river and floating on the way. You ain't thinking about that. See? And that's how it's going to be when it comes to this oppression that we've been through. See? We're going to forget it, man. Not that we're going to forget it as if we never went through it, but we're going to forget it in a way that we're not suffering through it no more. See? But let's move on, though. Isaiah 65. Slakia. Isaiah 65. And shit. Fucking foot. Isaiah 65 and 14. And it says what? Behold, my servants shall sing for joy of heart, but ye shall cry for sorrow of heart, and shall howl for vexation of spirit. And ye shall leave your name for a curse. Wait unto my chosen. Wait a minute. Who is the servants that's going to be doing what? Who is the servants that's going to sing for joy of heart? Us Israelites. And who is the people that shall cry for sorrow of heart? The Edomites. And that's why it's pissed me off when I was on the highways and hedges and I fucking forgot. Hey, but that happens sometimes. And I forgot the scriptures that I wanted to grab, man. And that shit pissed me the fuck off. But hey, now we here to pull them out now, though, right? And it says what? Behold, my servant shall sing for joy of heart, but ye shall cry for sorrow of heart. Who is that going to cry for sorrow of heart? The Israelites, the servants of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, the Israelites and the Israelites only. See? And who is this going to cry for sorrow of heart? The Edomites and all the other nations, but preferably the Edomites and all the other nations. And shall howl for vexation of spirit. They're going to howl. They're going to be sorrowing, mourning, and wallowing in damn dirt. See? And what he says? And ye shall leave your name for a curse unto my chosen. Yeah. That's why I made the statement earlier when I said that they named that we gonna tell them that they the Edomites, but we're gonna take that name from them. We're gonna call them whatever we choose to call them as our slaves. See what it says? And you shall leave your name for a curse. Did not we leave our name for a curse? Yeah. That we left our name for a curse. What was that curse? Of you being called by every proverb and byword. See? That's why he said, I'm going to put all these curses upon thy enemies and upon them that persecuted thee. See? And a part of that is what? What are those curses? What was it? That you was going to be called by every proverb and byword, whether the Lord shall scatter you. See? That being called colored, being called a Negro, being called black, being called African American, and all other heinous shit that they made up for us. See? They gonna acquire that too. They gonna acquire that shame too. But guess what? We gonna be rejoicing. So what he says? And ye shall leave your name for a curse unto my chosen, for the Lord Yahweh by Shem Yahushua shall slay thee and call his servants by another name. And we ain't gonna be called by another name. We just gonna be recognized in the earth as the people of Yahweh by Shem Yahushua. See? Just like he said in Zephaniah chapter 3 and 19 and 20. What he says? And I'm going to get them praise and fame in all the places where they've been put to shame. You see? Our name ain't going nowhere. We going to keep that name. That name ain't going nowhere. Yasha Allah ain't going nowhere. See? We going to rejoice, man. We going to rejoice. So, but we crying to be delivered out of this damn. Matter of fact, let me grab this one. That's St. John. See, and what did Mashiach say right here? St. John 16 and 21. What Mashiach say? Let me. You know what? Let me just start at verse 20. It says, "Verily, verily, I say unto you, that ye shall weep and lament, but the world shall rejoice." And he was telling us what? He said, "Yeah, you go weep and lament," and we did that. We did that. Now it's time for us. We go come out of this lamenting, this weeping, and this lamenting. And guess what? We gonna rejoice. And these same people that was rejoicing over our suffering, guess what? We're gonna rejoice and boast in their suffering. But what it says, verily I say unto you, that ye shall weep. Matter of fact, you know what? Let me start up. Slack here. Let me see real quick. I'll start at 17 and read down. Then said some of his disciples among themselves, what is this that he said unto us, a little while, and ye shall not see me, and again a little while, and ye shall see me, and because I go to the Father? They said therefore, what is this that he said, a little while? We cannot tell what he said. Meaning they didn't understand. Now Yahushua knew that they were desirous to ask him, and said unto them, do ye inquire among yourselves of that I said, a little while, and ye shall not see me, and again a little while, and ye shall see me? Verily I say unto you, that ye shall weep and lament, but the world shall rejoice, and ye shall be sorrowful, but your sorrow shall be turned into joy. A woman, when she is in travail, has sorrow, because her hour is come. But as soon as she is delivered of the child, she remembereth no more the anguish for joy that a man is born into the world. And that's us. That's talking about us. See? That's talking about us, man. We in sorrow right now, and we mourning. We travailing. But guess what? And you go forget about that travail and that anguish and that sorrow. See? You go forget about it. You are going to forget about it. Matter of fact, let me grab this one. Revelations 12, verse 1 and 2. And there appeared a great wonder in heaven, a woman clothed with the sun, and the moon under her feet, and upon her head a crown of 12 stars. What is that talking about? What is that talking about? It's talking about us, the Israelites. See? And what? And she being with child cried, travailing in birth and pain to be delivered. And that's what we're going through right now. See? We're in pain to be delivered out of this punishment, man. We're in pain to be delivered out of this sorrow and this anguish and this mourning. See? And that's what he gonna do. He gonna deliver us out of this. He gonna deliver us out of this bullshit. Let me go grab it. Revelations 21 and verse 4. And what it says? And Yahweh shall wipe away all tears from their eyes, and there shall be no more death. That's that immortality, right? What? There shall be what? No more death. Neither sorrow nor crying, neither shall there be any more pain. For the former things are passed away. You see that? The former things go pass away. This old wicked ass kingdom that we living in, this shit gonna be done. And this gonna be what? A new heaven and a new earth. Just like he said in Isaiah 65. Let me go back there real quick. Isaiah 65. And what did he say? Let's go down to it. You see? Where you at? Verse 17. And it says what? Isaiah 65. Let me see. I'll come back to it. I'll read it in a minute. I'll come back to it. Let's just go back. Let's go back. Read that again. Verse 4. And Yahweh shall wipe away all tears from their eyes. Who tears? He ain't talking about he gonna wipe away tears from everybody's eyes. He's gonna wipe away tears from the elect. Those are the people that he redeemed out of the place of their captivities. See? It's talking about us. It ain't talking about no all people. But see, they'll say, it says all tears. Hey, man, it's talking about the Israelites. See? And there shall be no more death, neither sorrow, nor crying, neither shall there be any more pain, for the former things are passed away. You see? Its former things are passed away. Let's grab this one. Revelation 7. Let's go down to 17. Revelation 17. Let me see here. You know what? Let's start at 15. Therefore are they before the throne of Yahweh, and serve him day and night in his temple. And he that sitteth on the throne shall dwell among them. Who is that? Yahushua. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. They shall hunger no more, neither thirst any more, neither shall the sun light upon them, nor any heat. For the Lamb which is in the midst of the throne shall feed them, and shall lead them into living fountains of water. And Yahweh shall what? And Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua shall wipe away all tears from their eyes. You see that? And that's only talking about Israelites, man. He gonna wipe the tears from all the Israelites' faces. In the kingdom, the 2/3 that come back and be reincarnated, they ain't gonna be worrying about crying and mourning and shit. They gonna be living it up too. See? But he gonna wipe all the tears from his elect eyes, man. Isaiah 35 and verse 10. And it reads, and it says what? And the ransom of Yahweh shall return and come to Zion with songs and everlasting joy upon their heads. What the elders say, hey man, we're gonna be singing. And we're going to be singing and rejoicing, man. We're going to be singing and rejoicing in the kingdom, man. And it says what? And it ain't talking about, oh, we gonna go to space and we gonna always be there. We ain't gonna never be on Earth no more. Shit. Where you think y'all was set? Where you think the kingdom gonna get set up at? On Earth. It says, it shall be on earth as it is in heaven. That's where the Most High dwell at. See? And it says what? And the ransom of Yahweh shall return and come to Zion with songs and everlasting joy upon their heads. They shall obtain joy and gladness and sorrow, and Zion shall flee away. What is that? That crying shall flee away. Ain't gonna be no more of it. Now let's go to Isaiah 65. Isaiah 65. And let's start at that, what is that, 15? No, we'll start at, let me see. You know what? Let's start at 16. That he who blesseth himself in the earth shall bless himself in the power of truth. And he that sweareth in the earth shall swear by the power of truth, because the former troubles are forgotten, and because they are hidden from my eyes. For behold, I create new heavens and a new earth. And this ain't talking about he gonna create new heavens and he gonna destroy these and the new heavens, and then he gonna create a whole new earth, a whole new planet, and destroy this one. No. This earth is going to be refreshed that we dwelling on. It's going to be refreshed. It's going to be under new management and under new rulership. See? An immortal rulership is going to be under. See? And it says what? And the former shall not be remembered, nor come into mind. You ain't going to think of this. Yeah, I remember how Babylon was, man. We had fun in America. Shit, you ain't going to remember this garbage, this trash, this damn cesspool. You ain't going to remember that. We gonna be remembering the kingdom. That's what we gonna remember. See, this shit you ain't gonna even remember. You ain't gonna even think of this trash. See, you ain't gonna even think of it. And it says what? But be ye glad and rejoice forever in that which I create. For behold, I create Jerusalem a rejoicing. And who is that? Jerusalem is a people before it's a place. And her people a joy. And I will rejoice in Jerusalem, Yahweh Shemel Shah Yasharalim, and joy in my people. And the voice of weeping shall be no more heard in her, nor the voice of crying. That's going to be it. That's going to be it, man. When we receive salvation, that's going to be it. Ain't no Israelites going to be suffering, mourning, crying, suffering. None of that shit no more. It's going to be over. We're going to look at these other people that got 1,000 years of suffering that they going to go through. And Edomites, oh man, don't even get me started. They go go through brutal suffering. Brutal suffering. And it's only right. It's only right. Look what they're doing right now. They the goddamn wicked, and look what they still doing. They ain't learned their lesson. They ain't been chastised yet. And they chastening is going to break them real bad. It's going to break them real bad. It's going to break them real bad. I can see it motherfucking now. But let's grab this one on and end it off. Right? Isaiah 25. And you see what it says right there. Isaiah 25, song of praise for Yahweh's favor. And who go gain Yahweh's favor? The Israelites and the Israelites only. See? And it says what? Let's go down to it. Isaiah 25 and verse 8. You know what? But, let's grab 7 though. It says, and I will destroy in this mountain the face of the covering cast over all people. He gonna destroy in this nation, Babylon the Great. He gonna destroy the face of that covering cast. What was the face of that covering cast? That they covered up Yahweh Shai image, covered up the Lord's people images. Told you it was these people and told you he looked like that. Bullshit. He coming to destroy that shit. And that day you gonna know who Yahweh Shem Shai is, and you gonna know who his people is. See? And it says what? And the veil that is spread over all nations. He will swallow up death in victory. What he gonna do? He gonna swallow up death in victory. And we joint heirs with Yahushua in that. So we also gonna swallow up death in victory. When we obtain that immortality, that'll be our portion of swallowing up death in victory. And it says what? And the Lord power, Yahweh, will wipe away tears from off all faces. Who faces? The Israelites' faces. And the rebuke of his people shall he take away from off all the earth. For the Lord Yahweh has spoken it. Shalom.